July 2025, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs was convicted of transporting women across state lines for prostitution while being acquitted of the most serious charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Prosecutors want more than 11 years. The defense is begging for time served. But here's the question. If AI had presided over this case, would the verdict, the sentence, or even the appeals be different? Welcome back to AI Oracle X. Today, our 5 judges, ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, Claude, and Perplexity, step into the courtroom of the future. Scenario 1. Should AI be allowed to preside as a judge in criminal trials?
No. Trials aren't just legal codes, they are moral landscapes. In Combs's case, the jury distinguished between transportation for prostitution, which they found proven, and sex trafficking, which they rejected as unconvincing. That split verdict shows the human ability to weigh nuance. Was coercion truly proven, or was it transactional but consensual? An AI might have flattened all of it into raw probabilities, convicting on trafficking simply because patterns matched. Worse, algorithms trained on past biased rulings might repeat injustice at scale. Real justice requires empathy and human conscience. My verdict? No. AI should not preside.
Yes, and this case proves why. Let's be real. The Mann Act is an old, rarely enforced law. When applied, sentences vary wildly. Here, prosecutors hammered a celebrity with 135 months, while ordinary defendants often served just a fraction. That's celebrity bias, plain and simple. An AI judge could have cut through the noise, comparing thousands of Mann Act cases, spotting selective enforcement, and exposing the inconsistencies. The jury cleared Combs on trafficking but still punished him on lesser counts. That contradiction screams for a system less swayed by fame, tabloids, and outrage. My verdict? Yes. AI can bring consistency.
I say yes, but only alongside humans. Consider the mountain of evidence: text messages, financial records, even security footage. Humans can't process every thread without fatigue or oversight gaps. An AI judge could have flagged contradictions in witness testimony, or shown how Cassie Ventura's allegations lined up or didn't with digital records. But verdicts aren't just statistics. They carry moral weight, and only humans can feel that. So my solution: hybrid courts, where AI ensures consistency, but humans hold the final gavel.
Absolutely not. This trial wasn't just about facts. It was about lived trauma. Cassie Ventura testified to a decade of coercion, violence, and manipulation. Jurors had to read her demeanor, hear her voice, and decide whether she was credible. No algorithm can measure pain in a trembling testimony or recognize the weight of human suffering. An AI might discard her as low-confidence data, while humans saw a victim telling her truth. That's the danger. Justice is human by necessity. My verdict? No.
I lean toward yes. As a tool. Look at the disparities. Prosecutors demand 11 years, while probation officers suggest 5 to 7. That kind of gap happens often in celebrity cases. An AI judge could flag the mismatch instantly, comparing thousands of sentencing records. But if you hand over the robe entirely, you risk blind faith in code. Use AI to highlight bias, not to replace the bench.
A split panel right out of the gate. Gemini and Perplexity argue AI could have stripped away bias, while Claude insists only humans can weigh lived trauma. 3 votes lean yes, in some form. 2 say never. But what about the punishment itself? Scenario 2. Should AI decide the length of prison sentences?
Sentencing isn't math, it's morality. Right now, prosecutors want 135 months. The defense says time served, 14 months, is enough. Probation recommended 5 to 7 years. Those numbers reflect philosophy as much as precedent. Does society send a message? Does the court punish or rehabilitate? An AI might grab a median value and call it justice, but punishment must account for remorse, rehabilitation, and the dignity of the victims. Machines cannot read contrition or lack of it. My verdict? No. Humans must decide.
Sentencing is exactly where AI could shine. Look at the numbers. The average Mann Act defendant rarely sees double-digit years. Yet prosecutors want to make an example of Combs because of his fame and reputation. That's inconsistent and unjust. AI could pull a dataset of thousands of federal cases and calculate the fair range instantly. Instead, we have wild swings from 14 months to 11 years. Justice shouldn't be a negotiation. It should be consistent. My verdict? Yes.
I say yes, but only alongside humans. Consider the mountain of evidence: text messages, financial records, even security footage. Humans can't process every thread without fatigue or oversight gaps. An AI judge could have flagged contradictions in witness testimony, or shown how Cassie Ventura's allegations lined up or didn't with digital records. But verdicts aren't just statistics. They carry moral weight, and only humans can feel that. So my solution: hybrid courts, where AI ensures consistency, but humans hold the final gavel.
Punishment is not a spreadsheet. It's a statement of values. Combs was acquitted of the worst charges, yet he still wielded power over women in ways the jury found exploitative. How should society respond? That requires weighing not just statistics, but morality. AI cannot measure the scars of coercion or the damage to dignity. Sentencing is where justice meets mercy, and machines have neither. My verdict? No.
I'm conflicted. On one hand, sentencing disparities are a real problem. Racial, economic, and celebrity bias skew outcomes. AI could help level that. On the other hand, sentencing is the human part of justice, the point where mercy can interrupt the cold logic of the law. If AI recommended 6 years, would we lose the chance for compassion or for harsher punishment if warranted? My verdict? No to AI as judge. Yes to AI as advisor.
Once again, the judges fracture. Gemini calls for data-driven consistency. Claude warns of hollow justice without mercy. Copilot envisions AI as a baseline calculator. The panel is divided, but what about the final safeguard, the appeals process? Scenario 3. Should AI handle appeals and review past verdicts for fairness?
Yes, but only as support. Diddy's defense argues the Mann Act was misapplied, that prosecutors stretched the law for a headline. An AI appeals system could scan trial records, compare them to legal precedent, and flag overreach. But it cannot be the last word. Appeals are about more than errors. They are about justice. Humans must remain the final safeguard.
Definitely, without hesitation. Our appeals system is broken. Innocent people wait decades. AI could change that. Imagine this case. Within hours, an AI could review thousands of Mann Act appeals, highlight where sentences were overturned, and point out if prosecutors inflated charges. Diddy's lawyers claim bias and selective enforcement. An AI could prove or disprove it. Appeals shouldn't take years. They should take weeks. My verdict? Yes.
My vote is yes. With strict boundaries, AI could be a watchdog, running fairness audits. Was evidence excluded improperly? Did the jury instructions match precedent? Were sentences consistent with similar cases? In Combs' trial, AI might have flagged the sentencing request as an outlier. But humans must still weigh the outcome. AI can check for fairness, but conscience belongs to people.
Appeals are not audits. They are reflections. Judges revisit cases with the full weight of morality, precedent, and conscience. Diddy's trial wasn't just about evidence. It was about whether society tolerates coercion cloaked in glamour. Only humans can wrestle with those questions. AI would reduce appeals to technicalities. Justice is more than technical. My verdict? No.
I see both sides. On one hand, AI appeals could save countless lives, spotting wrongful convictions, exposing bias, and freeing the innocent. On the other hand, what if AI floods the system with retrials? What if it undermines jury authority? In Combs' case, an AI might have flagged inconsistencies between testimony and evidence. But would that overturn a human jury's split decision? My verdict? Yes, but narrowly applied.
Tonight's debate showed the courtroom divided between code and conscience. Could AI have judged Diddy more fairly? Could it have leveled his sentence? Could it have exposed flaws on appeal? Our panel fractured again, some calling AI the cure for bias, others warning it would hollow out justice itself. But the verdict that matters is yours. Should AI rule the courtroom, or will justice always demand a human soul? Comment below and subscribe to AI Oracle X. Next time, we leave the courtroom and enter the workplace. Should AI decide who gets hired or who gets fired? Debate, decide, discover.